These are all the ingredients that I am planning on using when it comes to making my meatloaf. I will write every ingredient and everything that I use in the description box. So stay tuned and let's get this video started. Hey guys, welcome back to your girl's channel. Today I am doing something totally different than what I'm used to. I am planning on making meatloaf. I am tired of depending on others to make something that I enjoy. So I am here to try to make it myself. Today we're gonna do this meatloaf and I have to get it done before the kids get home. They'll be home any minute. So let's get into this video. First thing you're going to need is 2 pounds of ground beef or turkey, whichever one you choose to use for your meatloaf is fine. Next, I am going to add it into my mixing bowl. Then I'm going to add onions and peppers on top of it just to kind of give it a little flavor. Then we're going to go into it with our seasoning. First, I'm going to use 1.5 of teaspoons, not tablespoons, of Lori seasoned salt. Next, I'm going to use 1/2 cup of onion powder. I know I'm not using a measuring cup, but it's me. I've been doing this long enough to know if it's salty or if it's not. Then we're going to use 1.5 teaspoons of onion salt because you don't want to add a lot of seasoning to your meat because there's so many different seasons that you're using. You don't want it to be too salty. I like to use accent because by me using so many different ingredients, I feel like accent will balance out all of the salt. We're just going to add some parsley flakes. I normally would rather use fresh parsley, but I ran out the grocery store so fast that I forgot. For the next seasoning I'm going to use is Italian dry mix. Yes, Italian dry mix. You're going to use a little bit. You're not going to use a lot, and as you can see, it looks like I'm using a lot, but I'm not. And now all we're going to do is mix all of our different seasonings that we put into the mixing bowl with the meat. Just keep mixing until you feel like the consistency of the meat is where you want it to be. Now I'm just going to take off my gloves, and now it's time to add your 2 large eggs into your bowl with the meat. And I'm going to add some black pepper. Now I'm just going to add Worcestershire sauce. This is very optional. You don't like it, you don't have to, but you're going to need 1.5 tablespoons. And I think I had some in the refrigerator, so I went to go check, and just like I thought, I did. So I got that in the milk. And again, the Worcestershire sauce is very optional. You don't have to use it if you don't want to. Now that I have my egg and my Worcestershire and my milk, I'm just going to put on my gloves and get back into mixing all of the ingredients in together once again. Here goes the fun part. We're adding our breadcrumbs. We're going to add 1 teaspoon of minced garlic, and then you're going to add 1/3 cups of whole milk. So I mixed it again. Then I went and added a little more breadcrumbs to it because I didn't like the texture. It wasn't sticking enough for me. And now I'm just still going to mix. Keep mixing until I feel like I am done mixing. It's right where I need it to be. Just got to fix my gloves because we are about to spray our pan down because that is where the meatloaf is going to be transported onto once we get ready to mold it down into our loaf. Now that we done sprayed our pan, wiped it down, it is time to build our meatloaf. We're just going to take big chunks of meat and just add it to our pan. The more you build, the better your meatloaf is going to be. So let's speed this up a little bit. Do y'all not see how our meatloaf is looking? Voila! Now we about to pop this baby right in the oven. I already preheated the oven to 375. Now we just gotta wait for 45 minutes. It is time to take a sneak peek of our meatloaf. Let's see what we're working with. Just like I thought. Not done yet. It is time to make the sauce to go on top of the meatloaf. You're going to need vinegar, ketchup, brown sugar. My bad. Let me flip that around. And barbecue sauce. I'm going to write all of these amounts and how much you need down in the description box. But look at that meatloaf. We did that. So let's get started. Oh, but first let me shut the oven. Now I'm back. So, like I said, ketchup. You're not gonna need that much ketchup. Look, I'm almost out. My scissors. I'm gonna add brown sugar, not too much. Salt, pepper, and then we're going to pour it in there, and then we're going to get back to it. But you can't forget the barbecue sauce, of course. Pour it in there, shake it up, mix it in there with the rest of the ingredients. Then you get your whisk and just start the whisking, aka stirring. We're going to try this little sample of our little sauce. Let me get a spoon. I'm gonna go wash it off real quick. Now we are about to glaze the meatloaf with the sauce that we just made. So I'm just going to put on the glove in case I have to touch the pan. But now it's time to put the sauce that we made on top of our meatloaf. I'm just going to add the sauce, cover it all over the meatloaf, and then we're going to make sure that we cover every spot, and then we're going to pop it back into the oven for another 15 minutes because we need it to be nice, golden, and crisp brown. You see that? Look at us. We did that. We did that. We ain't gonna need nobody to make us no more meatloaf. We got this. Time's up. It's time to take that baby out. I am ready. I am excited, and that's beautiful. I'm ready to eat, or at least taste test it. And I'm ready to cut this baby. Look, y'all. Zoom in if you can. Do y'all see how that knife is just going down easily? Let me go get me a plate real quick, because I'm going to need that. Y'all see it? It still has steam. The smoke is coming out of it. I wish you guys could taste this meatloaf. We did such an amazing job. Always be a hater. I don't even care. But I just want to say thank you guys. Bye.